Guys, deluded, I'm back again. Thank you for having me, folks. We finally win away from home this year. Arsenal won, Huddersfield Town nil. See, I'm so used to it the other way being around. I almost said Arsenal nil. But yes, people, end of the season, we finally won away from home. So let's get into it. We know what it means today. We know we can't go above anybody. We can't go below anybody. We just want the season to end. I know a new manager, and unfortunately Wenger has to step down. Obviously, shout out to Wenger. What began in '96 against Blackburn and now ended against Huddersfield in 2018. 22 years, 40% of the trophies are due to him. It's a madness. But this is probably the most optimistic any Arsenal fan's going to be for the foreseeable future. Whether the new manager that comes in is good or bad, because you can feel good about certain things or feel they'll at least be changed. So we're somewhat wanting to have that, and that's been reflected in when we lost to Man United. Man are looking for positives. When we lost to did we draw last game? No, we lost to Leicester with 10 men. People are looking for positives. I found myself in a weird position, but yeah, we know what's at stake. So if anything, go out on a high. Let Wenger go out on a high. So those of you in the last ever lineup he'll ever select for in the Arsenal 11, you're in history somewhat, because you'll be a trivia quiz one day. So yeah, Ospina's there, Iwobi's there, Holding, free Holding, he's finally back in some capacity. Lacazette was there, and Aubameyang was there. So apart from that, there weren't any notable. Cola as well, there weren't really any notable other players. The usual suspects in Xhaka and Ramsey were there. First 10 were weird for me, man. From the first off, Huddersfield, they were playing with a handbrake off. They were playing fearless. They were playing with a side with nothing to lose, because they've confirmed that they can't get relegated. And they were at it, man. They were on our first touch. They kept us pinned in our own half. They had some very early on in the first couple minutes. They had some opportunities. I'm sure they had a couple corners. They had a couple close shaves. Ospina and Mustafi at a point didn't communicate, so they were getting on top of us. We were gifting them possession, in my opinion. We weren't respecting the ball. We weren't getting it down and playing football. We were just really narrow and pinned, and you thought it was going to be more of the same. And how Mounier been on the score sheet today, I don't know, because they had many clear-cut chances. It took us about 30 minutes to go into the game. Ince went close with an opportunity. A couple of them went close. They were troubling us, man. For me, I was disappointed in Lacazette and Aubameyang in the first 10 minutes. Like, there was no real movement, and they were movement, and it weren't just them. All the attackers, apart from, I'd say, Iwobi and Mkhitaryan, their final balls were lacking, but I saw Iwobi dropping deep throughout the whole game, and Mkhitaryan was making things happen. But again, collectively, the sharpness wasn't there in the final pass, in the passing in general, in the movement, and a lot of that's to be expected. It's the last game of the season. These men are human as well. They know there's nothing to play for per se. They're playing for Wenger just to go out on a sort of high sort of thing. Like, why I can't understand, why would we keep playing the high line as well? Mounier, he's stressing Mustafi and Holding. I think Holding did all right today, but he gave them some pressure. He's winning every header. They're counter-attacking us. So this is what I'm talking about. Why can't our players early on see this sort of thing when the crowd were behind them as well? Why can't our players see these sorts of things and drop deeper? And another day, we might lose today, but it kept going, man. I'd say 26 minutes, Xhaka was playing alright as well for me today. He put in a lovely corner, and I think Mkhitaryan or Cola was the closest, but no one was up for it. No one was really running in behind and them sort of things there, man. As the game went on, I don't know if Huddersfield crept into old habits, because they started to tire as the half went on and on. We had a couple opportunities, don't get me wrong. Cola was decent down the left-hand side. We had a couple phases of play, but we didn't really get to pop the shots off. Ramsey definitely had a chance. He should have squared it to someone. There was a couple of incidences like that. But as the game went on in the first half, Huddersfield crept into old habits, began to stop pressing us as much as that. Due to not pressing us as disciplined as they were, gaps were starting to open up. We were now starting to assert ourselves and play football, and that goal is a result of that. You saw it was a lovely bit of play, collective team move. But I'd say Mkhitaryan and Lacazette in particular were amazing in the move. Ramsey, obviously, them two start a little 1-2 thing, pretty phrase of play that Wenger's ingrained in the boys. It falls to Ramsey. Ramsey squares it to Aubameyang, and that's why he's been signed, whether he's having a good game or not, to put it in the back of the net simply. And it's fitting that Wenger goes out on a day like this, away from home, winning it for first one in 2018 with a goal like that. Like, that's a goal he spent 22 years trying to ingrain within the first team to the under. When do we start? Under 9s, under 7s these days. That was a good goal. But apart from that, you could say on one hand, we're very lucky to be a goal ahead. We're very lucky because Huddersfield, like I said, Ospina's popping off bare saves, I can't lie. They're getting in behind. We're gifting them chances because we're not concentrating. So we are lucky to be ahead, and against another opposition, it could be different. But by that same margin, I have to go against my own bias and say we've somewhat weathered the storm. We've somewhat taken our chances, unlike the other team. Like I've sat here this season and many seasons as an Arsenal fan and said exactly this and been on the opposite side. So I was fighting between myself in that. But at half time, for me, I'm looking at it is we're 1-0 up. We took a while to go into that game. We'd say, let's say 30 minutes really and truly to really go into that game. They're starting to stop pressing us and they're starting to switch off and things. Let's try and get some more. Let's capitalise. Second half, to be fair, Huddersfield came out strong again, and they had many chances throughout the second half where they could have bagged a goal and things like that, man. Ramsey as well. Again, Ramsey, you've got to look up and see people. Welbs, when he came on, had an opportunity like that as well. And Lacazette, I don't know why he tried to chip the keeper. I don't necessarily feel he was at his best per se today. But yeah, Ospina made a lovely save towards the end of the game as well, where him and I think it was Zeke, I can't remember the centre-half's name, were getting into it a bit. But yeah, ultimately we've done enough. On another day it might not be enough, but we've done enough. We ultimately, at the end of the day, it's a football match, we've won it. We look to next season. For me, people, there's several questions that just need to be answered now. Firstly, I don't know why Jack Wilshere wasn't involved in any stretch of the imagination. If it's to do with his newborn kid, fair play. They're speaking of him getting a new contract, but it was telling that in Wenger's last thing he weren't there. Ramsey captained the side. Now he's got his own contract stuff. That needs to be decided. The man without so that's two players. The new manager thing, like, well, who is gonna manage this? Like, when are we gonna hear something? You said before the World Cup, we've got just over a month or so to that happen. So you've got a bit of leeway there. We're hearing Allegri, we're hearing Arteta, we're hearing Nagelsmann, we're hearing all different sort of things. 1 minute Allegri's coming, and that's why we're getting rid of many people in the back room. 1 minute it's Arteta who's coming into the side. So I don't know. Oh yeah, I also got to refer. I went off topic here. Let's go back to the match. Danny Welbeck, you've got to square it. 80th, I've got it here, 80th minute, you've got to square it. Look up and square it. So that's about 3 or 4 times I've said that with you guys. But what else can I say, man? That's the preview done, more or less. Review done, pardon me, people. Like, we won the game. We did what we needed to do. We just look to next season now, and hopefully it's a season to remember now, or a season where we can get back into the Champions League. But I have to say, people, whether you're an Arsenal fan or whatever team you support, it's a long season filled with a lot of midweeks and a lot of all these others, and all I can do is say thank you for those of you that have stayed with me, that have watched my thing, that have kept going, that have picked it up along the way. All I can do is say thank you, because it's been a long season, and especially those of you in different timelines zones, pardon me. Like, I really can't thank you guys enough. But it's the end of the season. Yeah, it's nice to end it with a win. I see Spurs had an eventful game, and I see Chelsea lost as well. So yeah, man, Salah got the record, they broke Alan Shearer's record. So it's been an eventful. Oh yeah, City 100 points now. So leading it by 19, won it by like 19, 20 points now. So I believe that's the most someone ever has in the Premier League. So there's been a little eventful Premier League week on the last week, last day. And yeah, man, I'm waffling. Guys, deluded, get in the comments, subscribe, and do the rest. I'm out.